In 1911, Roald Amundsen beat Britain's Robert Scott in a race to the South Pole. When Jan-Gunnar Winther of the Norwegian Polar Institute decided to make the same journey 100 years later, he turned to the late explorer's writings.
We knew his route from his book and the diaries. And then we checked the crevasses from satellite imageries, and we made a few deviations from his route because he apparently went into some really bad stuff on his way a few times.
Amundsen used dog sleds that sped over the harsh terrain at 8 kilometers per hour. The modern-day adventurers moved at half that pace on skis. To keep up with the historic itinerary, they had to travel many more hours each day.
It's first 700 kilometers flat over the Ross ice shelf, which is a floating body of ice. And then you enter the mountains, and when we went through the mountains over about 100 kilometers, we climbed up 3,000 meters. And then again you get onto the plateau, and then it's more or less flat all the way to the South Pole.
Winther says the trek required not only physical strength, but mental focus over long stretches of often monotonous landscape, which he says looked pretty much as Amundsen had described it.
I mean, mountains are there, glaciers are there, but also we were taken by surprise that the snow conditions, when Amundsen described soft snow and smooth surface, we had the same. When he said it was more sastrugi, harder snowpack and so on, we had the same.
But the similarities ended there. A century of emissions from power plants, cars, and buildings have pumped increasing concentrations of global warming gases into the atmosphere. Antarctica's massive ice sheets are melting at an accelerated pace, contributing to sea level rise. This is the story Winther and his crew told each night when they retired to their tents. They wrote weblogs, answered email, and had live chats with school groups.
I think such expeditions can inspire young people, that they start to have an interest, they do their studies on something that has with planet Earth to do.
Winther hopes that his retracing of Amundsen's historic journey will help raise awareness about the looming threats to this forbidding but beautiful continent and promote action to save the planet. Rosanne, Skirble, VOA News, Washington.